Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. My name is Joshua Breitbart. I'm the Senior Vice President for Connect All at Empire State Development. Pleased to join you today to discuss our connectivity innovation mobile service request for applications at this information session. Great to see many of you again, as well as some new names interested in our connectivity innovation program and our opportunities to partner with public and private entities to address mobile service challenges across New York. Next slide, please. So we are recording today's session. We will share the recording and the slides on our website, and we will email it out to you. We'll include in that email key links and other information so they are easy to find. There are also in these slides. If you have any questions, we won't be answering them during the session. You can email them to wireless@esd.ny.gov, a program email, and we will review them there. Or you can share them using the Q&A function in the Zoom. And again, we will review, develop our answers, and share them out with all potential applicants at the same time. We'll include more information and any links to that as we communicate to you going through towards the deadline. Next slide, please. Just briefly, a Connect All overview. Connect All is Governor Hochul's initiative to transform New York's digital infrastructure, build a robust broadband marketplace, and bring affordable, reliable, high-speed internet service to all New Yorkers. We have 5 signature programs, are part of Governor Hochul's original announcement of Connect All. Deployment program, which focuses on addressing unserved and underserved locations across the state. Our affordable housing connectivity program, municipal infrastructure program, digital equity, and connectivity innovation, which is the focus of our conversation today. Next slide, please. So in total, the connectivity innovation program includes a commitment of up to $25 million for grants, matching funds, and other investments. And this really is an overarching effort to address connectivity challenges through new technologies, approaches, and business models. We have a range of challenges we will be looking to address, but primarily it's the challenges we see in fulfilling the Connect All mandate across the state, looking to foster private sector investment, business transformation, facilitate collaboration among public, private, and research partners, and continue New York's position as a global leader in connectivity and connectivity innovation. Next slide, please. So specifically, this is a request for applications under this program, looking to make approximately $5 million in grants available. This request for applications, or RFA, is available now at our website, broadband.ny.gov. The deadline for responses is June 17th at 11:59 p.m. Please be mindful of the clock if you're working on an application on June 17th. And really, the focus are mobile network coverage gaps that exist due to capacity and coverage constraints. And really what we've heard from talking to many of our local government partners who want opportunities to be better partners to industry, to go further than some of the opportunities under the current models, to give them a greater set of tools to meet the needs of their constituents. And we're looking for innovative solutions to address that need, to strengthen opportunities to partner between the wireless industry, providers of mobile service, and government and civic actors. So we're looking for innovative ways to enable mobile connectivity and expand coverage of mobile networks for broadband and other uses. Certain examples include, but certainly are not limited to, private networks, open radio access networks, eSIM technology, spectrum sharing, innovative uses of Wi-Fi, and again, other technology solutions that may be available to already, but we're looking for ways to expand their applicability and foothold in meeting this particular challenge for New York. Next slide, please. Eligible applicants, as you see on the screen, a wide range of potential partners. If you have a question about whether you fit into any of these categories, again, that's a great question to submit to our email or post at the Q&A below. But as you can see, it can be public or private partners of a variety of types, or partnerships with a designated lead applicant. Next slide. Again, you can see the eligible use of funds in the application. The non-eligible uses are duplicative project costs, particularly if they're expenses funded by another award. Costs that are indirect or overhead that are not directly accountable and justifiable, and activities that are conducted outside the state of New York. So we are really focused on innovation in and for New York. Next slide, please. The project requirements, and we'll talk about preferences on the next slide, but the requirements are, it's got to be a terrestrial project located in the state of New York, meaning also on the state of New York. Generally a solution that enables a public or other civic entity to deploy network equipment to provide mobile coverage solution. Again, working in partnership with existing mobile service that consumers have access to. Obviously, we are looking for new and emerging technologies or the use of existing technology in novel or innovative ways. As much as possible, we are looking for solutions that provide an opportunity to accommodate multiple mobile network service providers and other future wireless uses. So solutions that can not just close coverage gaps for consumers of one mobile network, but optimally for potentially all mobile network service providers. And then, of course, it has to be feasibly implemented, although certainly if you've got questions about how things would fit, if they're novel approaches, again, you can ask us those questions or discuss those in your application. And we're looking for projects that can be up and running within 2 years, so at least 12 months of operation, so we can get a full sense of how they are working. And of course, the applicant has to have the full capability to administer the award, both in terms of the performance of the project and the financial requirements. Next slide. So project preferences, and again, we're looking for, this is an innovation program, so we are looking for a wide range of possible approaches. So, we certainly encourage you to are on the side of inclusiveness and make your case in your application. Opportunities for public-private partnership. Again, we're trying to find tools that public entities can, in particular, can use to be better partners in that arrangement. We are looking for projects that can be demonstrated, ideally on public land. So it's not dependent necessarily on a private entity for those permissions, although again, in building solutions or other approaches are possible to be considered. We want things that are scalable, and sustainable as far as operations and business model goes. We want projects that we can see are implementable with letters of support or commitments or other of that documentation already in place. On the other hand, we also are looking for projects that are novel and may not have a place or implementation path completely secured, but we do want you to be able to identify the unique challenge that this solution would address. So describing what that challenge is, how it's prevalent in New York, and how the innovation would meet that challenge is really what we're looking to learn and understand from your application. So again, if it's ready to be implemented, the partnerships are in place, that's going to be great, but really, does it have the potential to scale and address these pressing challenges that we've identified as we've talked to private and public partners across the state? Of course, ideally what we're looking for are projects that will demonstrate the solution to that challenge, and then having demonstrated it, will continue to solve that challenge beyond the grant term as much as is possible to do in the scope of what you propose. Next slide, please. So certainly you should go and download the full request for application and read through it. There are a number of components. Go through it on this slide and in the subsequent slides. Other key, certainly attachments that you'll have to upload and include, including details of the project team, aspects of the network design, the documentation of the project maturity, budget and network information template, which we'll cover on a number of slides shortly, and information on status of your organization and implementability of the project. Again, understanding that some of these might be in something of a prospective state in line with the level of innovation of the proposed solution. Information on the applicant profile, applicant project team and grant experience. Next slide. Information on your experience doing similar projects with this technology in New York, engaging with the partners and other stakeholders that are described is one of the things that we'll be looking for. Project approach and scope, certainly that is the key, as you'll see when we get to the scoring criteria. As I said, really laying out what is the coverage or capacity gap, and that this in particular challenge to meeting that, that this innovation, technology, or novel approach would address, and then how would it be able to address the full scale of that challenge? What is the scale of that need, and how does this address it? And what is the sort of readiness in terms of bringing the solution to market today, and what would you be looking to again develop and demonstrate in the course of the proposal? Next slide, please. The impact of the project, describing again how it's going to remain operational, the sustainability of it, because again, really it is a balance of how ready is the solution, what is the need, and how different is it from what's available or commonly used today. Details on the project costs and milestones. Again, that's broken out in the budget network template that will identify. Any matching fund sources is a consideration. And there's a threshold requirement for that as laid out in the RFA, and then certifying your submission. Next slide, please. We do provide a checklist to assist you in ensuring that you have all the materials together as you prepare to submit your application. So strongly encourage you to review that as you go through the RFA and develop your application. Next slide, please. So I'm going to highlight the budget and network information template. You will have to download, complete, and submit that item as part of the application. So a link from within the application will take you to this page, and underneath application information, as you can see, there's the checklist that I mentioned, the request for applications, and also you'll find the budget and network information template. Next slide, please. So the budget network information template has 4 tabs for you to focus on. One is project expenditure. The other is budget template details, milestone details, location and network data. Here's the direct link to it. Again, we understand that innovation doesn't always fit in a spreadsheet. The upload of this is required, and we want you to fill it out to the best of your ability. The greater detail certainly will factor into the consideration, but we certainly ask that you don't remove yourself from consideration because you feel like it's hard to fit it into this spreadsheet. Again, if you have questions, you can submit that through the Q&A. I'll go through each of these 4 sections in some greater detail, each of these 4 tabs. Next slide, please. So on the project expenditure tab, this is a high-level breakdown of the project milestones, just to help us understand the implementability and approach that you would take in the project, and a breakdown of some of the funding sources, again, at a high level. Next slide. For the budget template details, this is more of an itemized category for spending on the project, including the sources and the breakdown over the years. The amounts you see in the template are for example purposes only. We want to understand the reasonableness of the proposed costs and the level of detail that you brought to the planning process. To help us understand what the grant request is and what components of the match contribution have been identified. Next slide. The milestone details slide breaks down those milestones from the first tab to greater detail, so we have a better understanding again of the detailed steps of project implementation and your readiness to complete the project. Next slide. Then for the location and network data, again, to the extent that you have specific details of the locations, down to the specific parcel address details, information, lat long, that's what we're looking for. But again, we understand if some of that is prospective. We are also looking for the location of the equipment that is to be deployed. That is a key detail, as well as the description of that equipment, what are the wireless standards involved, and other performance specifications of that equipment and where you plan to put it. All that detail, as much as it can be included, should be filled out in this spreadsheet: equipment, location, equipment details, etc. Next slide. The timeline overall. So if you issue the request for applications and are holding the information session today, May 8th, Our deadline is June 17th. And we expect to review in the months after that and notify applicants that are conditionally eligible in July, and then proceed to finalizing the first stage of agreements later in the summer. Next slide. The scoring for applications that we receive is broken down in these 4 categories. 40%, as you can see, is in the category of project demonstrates a unique solution to a challenging mobile coverage issue. So as I said, I highlighted that before, but we are looking for the approach to ownership. It's openness and accessibility to a wide range of actors and potential partnerships. What is the support for the project that is already in place? And the business plan that demonstrates long-term scalability and sustainability is 25% of the scoring. Next slide. Mentioned before that our timeline puts us to August for an incentive proposal, which is generally conditional term sheet. It's not the final grant disbursement agreement. Connect All will execute a grant disbursement agreement with each grantee that progresses to that point, and that's what lays out the specifics of the use of funds, the timeline, and other attributes of the project. And the key is that the grant disbursement agreement lays out the terms for payments, and payments will be made as reimbursement for the eligible expenses identified in the grant and specified in the grant disbursement agreement. So again, just keep in mind that that all of the payments will have to be documented by invoices and proof of payment for any of the eligible expenses, for any of those expenses to be reimbursed at the agreed upon milestone dates. Next slide. Some more information about how to apply. Some of you may be familiar with the New York State Consolidated Funding application. If you are not, then I highly recommend that after step 1 of downloading the request for application for this program, step 2 is you go to this page and you create a new account. You register on this account on this website so that you have an account in the consolidated funding application, because that is the place where you need to go to complete the necessary information and upload the necessary documents. Next slide, please. After the application, you will receive an update on the status of your application, so it should be confirmed. You can start the application in the consolidated funding application and then save it and return to it using the token that you get in your email. You can also, if you've applied to a grant in the past and want to copy over any information, you can clone an application to save some time. And then after you do submit the application, and again, you have that confirmation, and we're going through the review. Applications, Connect All may approve, reject, or subject the applications to further review, and may follow up with you for additional information to complete that review. And as we go through the process, we may request additional documentation or information before getting to a grant award if we progress to that point in the process. Next slide, please. So a reminder of the timeline. Where we are is over here on May 8th with the information session. Looking ahead to June 17th, deadline for submissions, a plan for review, and we would expect to respond with notice of conditional eligibility If you do not hear a response at that point, it may be that we are continuing our review and continuing to consider applications. But July is when we're beginning to notify applicants that they are conditionally eligible, and then we progress potentially through to an incentive proposal, and then ultimately through additional steps, if successful, to a grant disbursement agreement. Next slide. Again, if you have any questions, I see that some were submitted in the Q&A, and thank you for that. If you have any other questions, we'll leave this open. You can add them there. You can submit them by email to wireless@esd.ny.gov. And again, we'll make answers available on our program website, specifically for this application, this program. And we will include those periodically in email updates for anybody who's registered for this session or contacted us at that email address to express interest in this program. Greatly appreciate the Connect All team working to bring this program together with support of our colleagues at Empire State Development and prepare this presentation. And thank you all for your time today and your interest in this program, for helping us to expand wireless coverage and innovation in New York. Thank you. And again, we'll keep this open for a bit longer in case anybody wants to finish formulating a question for through the Q&A.